Okay, hope you can see this. We are live on Instagram, sharing a few shots of the new Annex. Alright, we had a couple people join. Just sharing a video of the new Annex, or the expansion of the Odyssey Fan Museum. Some of my Adventures in Odyssey merchandise and memorabilia collection. So, give this a rotate. Show off the new Wits End wintertime blanket. And a couple of the pillows up on the shelf. Those are called the lumbar pillows. I believe they were 12 inch by 20 inch. And I'm going to keep rotating around. I've got this new poster. Haven't even measured it. It's so huge. From the 1000th episode celebration in Holland, Michigan. Some people called it One Grand Party 2.0 in September of this year, or last year, 2024. Over here in the corner, I've got some of the additional pillows, the 18 inch and the 22 inch pillows. I'm actually looking for a red leather wingback chair similar to the one that Wit is sitting in this artwork, to put in this corner and to put these pillows on. So I've been looking around to try and find something like that that would definitely add to the museum. Have a similar style office chair in Wits End in Colorado Springs. Alright, swinging again. I've got some posters on the wall. Most of these were released last year. Let's see if I can get a better angle with the light. Maybe not. Okay. Then it also includes the 1000th episode celebration poster and the map of Focus on the Family for One Grand Party, as well as a first edition of the Odyssey Times newsletter, or the Odyssey Times newsletter, and that was actually given to me, or donated to the museum, by the wonderful host Chris Anthony. Got a couple of posters that are still working on framing there on the floor. I'm going to swing around. I've probably seen these on the, my Instagram post. And there's my friend Paul, just joined. I just saw him recently. Probably, I would say not probably, definitely the second largest Adventures in Odyssey collector. So this is a Odyssey Adventure Club promotional banner that was donated by Bob Smithhauser. We got pictures of him showing it. And obviously they rebranded, changed the logo so they couldn't use it anymore. And then down at the bottom on this wall, we've got from the late 90s. This is an Adventures in Odyssey promotional banner again. As far as we know, there's only one. Hey, Audio Theater Central, thanks for joining. As far as we know, there's only one, and it was actually used in one of the club behind the scenes videos. I'm thinking season 1, I was going to say episode 4, behind the scenes video or official podcast. I can't remember which. I'll have to look that up again. But you can see it used in the background, and it was donated by, I would say, the marketing team, but Laura Arantz sent that to me. So that was cool. Just a little spin again. This is the Annex room, or the expansion of the Odyssey Fan Museum. And you can see on the wall here I've got some posters from Family Central in Holland, Michigan. Promotional items for 4 different events that they had up there, including Katie Lee at those. That was really neat of them to donate to the museum. So appreciate that, and had to have some additional space to hang those up. So I'm going to swing back around past the door. Again, some promotional posters donated by Family Central, and back to the new Wits End wintertime blanket. Thanks. I assume that's JD. So just wanted to show a little bit of the expansion. I've got some ideas of some more things to add to the walls as my collection grows. Fill in the space, maybe even the ceiling, or looking at a glass countertop display case, something for the center of the room, as I typically look around the walls. And then again, for those that joined late, those new pillows, looking for a chair similar to Witt's office chair, that we can put those in to show off those pillows. Maybe just some shelves to stick them on the wall, but definitely new. First time Adventures in Odyssey Focus on the Family ever released any pillows as I would say as collectibles. I say pretty much anything they release is considered a collectible to me, but definitely a new category of items releasing pillows and blankets. So just wanted to show that off today. If anybody has any questions, you can put them in the chat. If you were looking behind the blanket, again, I've got a couple of those new posters hanging on the wall. Yes, JD, the blanket is huge. I mean, that's an understatement. Yeah, it's a good throw blanket. If you had it on your sofa, it would cover up 3 people on your sofa. So yeah, I've seen some other fans that have hung it on a wall, fills up a wall. I'll say it's over 6 feet wide, from what I could tell. Didn't measure it. I don't know if the measurement was listed on the website before they took that down. Description should be on the AIO wiki. I'm trying to record the information as it's released and archive that, because things change, things get lost, and part of what I'm trying to do is preserve the history around the show in relation to the memorabilia and the merchandise. So obviously saving one at least in my collection, but also saving the information around it. Thanks, JG. You can jump in live on these. As far as I know, there's a way to do that. But anyway, yeah, this room is where I'm putting some of the larger items. As I say, I've moved some of the smaller items in the other part of the museum to binders and things like that, taking them off the wall space to fill in additional spaces like the trading cards. Put the trading cards into a binder. Thanks. And that includes the the 2021 series, the 2018 series, 2011 series, the 1995 Go West Young Man trading card series. All those different releases, whether they were the Fall Festival, Halloween alternative trading cards, or the Christmas version. Some of them are released in Clubhouse magazine, different things like that. So, looking at postcard album now, so many of the postcards on the wall, and I'd like to put them into an album that I could still look through, but also have some information in relation to when they were released, or where they were released from. Most of them from the Focus on the Family bookstore. So, anyway, back to just a couple things about the annex. Obviously, we expanded our security system and ventilation running in the closet, if you will, behind the wall here, including a dehumidifier and air filter with temperature and humidity sensors. If you look back and say, I don't know if anybody's interested, but yeah, I've got seals around the doors, sensors on the doors, automatic locks, things like that we do to say keep it away from the kids, but also keep everything safe, keep it well preserved, proper humidity and temperature. We've foam sealed the window. Let's see, going back around. Yeah, foam sealed the window and added just the blackout curtain to prevent sunshine, ultraviolet rays from getting in. Back behind there, as I say, swing around and highlight that. As I said, I don't know if anybody's interested in that, but yeah. So keeping out almost all of the light helps with that, and we've noticed that since we moved the museum 7 years ago, the sunlight was fading some items, and since we moved it into total blackout, keeps those things from deteriorating. We've noticed some yellowing on the books that are, pushing 30 years old now, but not as bad as what you would expect. You look at something just sitting on a bookshelf in someone's home, seeing pictures people have shared online. Hey, I found my old, Odyssey tapes or books, and they look pretty worn. We still got some things, obviously, still sealed, shrink wrapped, and I think that's where some of those preservation things are going to be helpful, because the packs of books, the multi-packs where they were shrink wrapped, obviously going to keep out a lot of air and dust and humidity a lot longer. So anyway, if I didn't mention, yeah, these foam board promotional posters were from Family Central in Holland, Michigan, and those were for specific episodes for the event, the One Grand Celebration event in September 2024. They had riddles or puzzles in relation to those. If you answered correctly, you could get a prize. Go back and give a better look on those. Yeah, one of the episodes on there was episode 722, The Lost Riddle. So thought that was interesting. Alright, so as I said, we've got more poster space, we've got more things to add. Just trying to give a representation of all the Odyssey merchandise and memorabilia that we've collected and now I have to expand on over the years. I'd say I'd have to check my Instagram, which would be kind of hard when I'm broadcasting, but I believe we're at closing in on 2,200 items. And we've had Katie Lee join us today. Wow. That's awesome. So I actually just saw Katie again in December, just a couple weeks ago, at Family Central in Holland, Michigan. And this is what I was talking about. See if it lets me do that.
Get over here.
Hi.
Thanks for joining in on my video.
Hey, well, you got stuff I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
I was just showing off the new.
We're driving here. What is that? A towel? A blanket?
It's a throw blanket.
Where did that come from? I wish they would have sent us that for a Christmas present. That's cool.
Right? Yeah, it was a limited release on the online store.
Oh, I'm going to put in a request for that. We're going to be recording in a couple weeks. Sobler, if you can find me one of those, that's cool. Oh, careful. We're unloading some groceries at the moment. Hello. Hi, JD. Tanya. Now, Tanya, I don't think knows Odyssey, but she's in England, and she cosplays one of my characters from Totally Spies. This is cool. But I want one of those blankets. Is it velour?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the description.
Oh, so is it covering a closet there?
Yeah. So this is the annex. This is the expansion of my collection. My wife gave me a whole nother room in the house to use.
That's crazy. That's fantastic.
She doesn't have to clean it and dust it. She's like, here, you can have the whole room.
Well, you're lucky you've got so much space to expand in.
Yeah, I was saying that. Yeah, Family Central keeps giving me really big pieces like that one.
Bye. And my cousin saying goodbye to her. Yeah, I was looking at the poster. When we were at Family Center, I said, "Where'd you get that poster?" And then they gave me a copy, and it's rolled up on the porch. And I'm thinking, how am I even going to get this home on the plane without damaging it?
Just leave it here.
So just give it to Dan. That's why everybody's just give it to Dan. He'll put it in the museum, right?
Right. Yep. I say there's the pillows, the new pillows that they came out with.
Oh, wow. I just bought a pillow, too. That would be a nice gift, too. Oh, boy. That's cool. I'd like a pillow. Now I know what to put on my wish list for next Christmas, because they're always sweet and they send us something.
Right.
But I don't know what they sent, because I'm always in Michigan for Christmas, so when I get home, I don't get it till January.
And it looks like Gary joined. I was going to say, is that Gary Locke?
What Gary is it?
It says, it's so Gary. I can't tell.
So you have all those big posters that look like the trading cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
How'd you get those?
Those are from Family Central as well. They donated them. There's some of the other for the past 4 years or 3 years of
Dude,
Katie.
you know what? Dan, I just posted that when I'm in Wheaton, you said it's 5.5 hours from you. I was thinking maybe there's a church or group I could go and do a little event and meet and greet, but it would be fun to do it at your house.
Yep,
Maybe
yep. So,
we could do something at your house.
yep.
Indianapolis.
We should. You could charge to help cover the costs of your museum there.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
So you know what? I've got people who are following me. I think I shared, and they don't even know about you. I don't know who Becca's blessed voice is, but hello. And we're having a tour of Dan Klein's Odyssey Museum. So, what else can you tell us? Back to you, Dan.
thanks for joining, Katie, and taking over. Right? Oh no, I already did a bunch of touring there, but yeah. So these foam board promotional posters were also from Family Central. I'm going back around here. I highlighted this video or this poster earlier. Long banner. It's 4 foot by 8 foot. It was actually appeared in the official podcast or one of the behind the scenes club videos before it was donated by Laura at Focus on the Family. And I believe it's a one of a kind poster.
Wow.
And this Odyssey Club, Odyssey Adventure Club, before it was the Odyssey Club, when they rebranded, Bob Smithhauser donated that to.
So you're like in the Guinness Book of World Records, right?
Well, we applied. They actually had a conversation with a couple people on how to get the adjudication done again on the count, because we've expanded since we did the video. You know, had Nathan and Bob and Sam Suxiri come to our house and do the video, but didn't quite fit with Guinness guidelines. But we'll apply again. They created the category. We just have to get the adjudication done correctly so that they can verify the count.
So what's the category?
Category is largest collection of adventures in Odyssey memorabilia.
That is its own category. It's not like collection of it has to be Odyssey. Okay. Yeah.
And they set the minimum. They set the minimum at 1,000 items, and as far as I know, nobody else in the world has anything close to that.
Yeah.
I talked to Nathan. I talked to a couple of the collectors. And I think my friend Paul in Michigan, he was pushing about 250 items at last count. So we're approaching 2,200. So.
2,200, and you're still married. That is a miracle. Well, good job. Well, we're just pulling in to unload our groceries now. You want to see? It's snowing here. It is very snowish. Mm-hmm. I got to walk in snow. We have to drive to snow like this in California, but here in Michigan, it just comes to you.
They deliver it.
They deliver it, yeah. So, anyway, I'll just say goodbye and you can continue. Bye, everybody. Bye,
Thanks.
Dan.
I'd say one poster on the wall that I didn't mention when I was talking earlier was the Training Champions for God, or the In Search of Champions VBS poster from, I want to say 1993, down in the corner there by the pillows. So thanks again, Katie, for joining. So if we can here, we'll wrap up the video from the museum. I'll put in a plug for the Adventures in Odyssey Fan Club Facebook group. If you're not on there, join on there, interact with other fans. Check out my Instagram for the latest posting of new collection items and any news and tidbits that I'll share on there about the history behind the items. But I will take this from the Annex, and hopefully we'll join a live video on the Adventures in Odyssey Facebook group from the main museum room. And we were talking about doing some unboxing of trading card packs, see what we get from our recent purchase, trading card packs, and see what we could offer up for trade with other fans. So thanks everybody for joining. Appreciate it. If you have any questions, again, post them in the chat. We can do another video later, or I will reach out to you and answer the questions. So thanks everybody. Have a good day.